Hattie's older sibling by 8 years. I know, I don't look it. Yeah. I was honoured to be blessed with a little sister. She was the cutest thing I'd ever seen, with the biggest mouth I'd ever heard. So the years went on, Hattie by my side, literally. Being that much older, I guess I was the cooler older sister. Ha, who am I kidding? She had me wrapped around her little finger. And if I wanted a lift to town to see my friends, she had to come with me. I then met my now husband. Hattie was 10 and he didn't know what had hit him. He met this confident, feisty young girl. Needless to say, he was taking her to school on the days he stayed over. Yeah. She couldn't possibly be late for school, so she would wake him when she knew that walking would make her too late. They formed a wonderful bond and still have, including the brother and sister squabbles. My world kind of fell apart when Hattie, Mum and Ver moved to KL. That little shadow was no longer there, and I definitely felt like a piece of me was missing. I guess it's a good job they went though, hey Ross? That's where you came in, so my loss, your gain. I had some fantastic trips to KL and it was lovely to see Hattie flourish over there. She came back for uni and my shadow was back. In the holidays, in need of a washing machine, food and cuddles. Roll on a few years and my 2 gorgeous children, Jacob and Ava, came along. I can't thank you enough for being the best auntie and uncle. Hattie, you light up my life. I don't know what I'd do without you. And as I say to my children all the time, love you to the moon, stars and back again.
For those of you that don't know me, I'm Ross's identical twin brother. I'm Charlie, and I'm one of the best men. I've obviously known Ross my entire life, considering we are brothers. We were always close growing up as kids and throughout school. You know, he's someone I've always looked up to. He's been a role model of mine, probably more than he ever realised. And he's someone who's been there for me since day one. And then Hattie came along. I don't really remember when I started to get to know Hattie. You were just, to me, this girl 2 years above me, but obviously not just this girl, considering we're all sat here today. But I just remember starting to be left out quite a bit. But for me, it wasn't until I remember one day being back in Malaysia, going through Ross's stuff as younger brothers do, and I came across this shoe box. It was completely written over in notes and notes and paragraphs as how much they loved each other. And I remember thinking, based on the words, that these two are going all the way. And here we are today, like 10 years later. I don't know why it took Ross so long to pop the question.
You know.
In the first place.
Preach, sister.
But looking back on it, I'm sure it was worth the wait, because I've seen them grow together as a couple and get stronger and stronger. But yeah, I take pride in being Ross's brother and being able to officially welcome Hattie to the family and call you my sister-in-law. I hope you're both having the best day of your lives. Your relationship represents true love, and it's something I've admired growing up. I think we can all see how perfect you are for each other, and I wish you nothing but happiness for your future together.
Thank you so much, guys, for being here first off, but I just want to say, isn't this just so amazing? I know we're all here on the same page about one thing, and that is how absolutely stunning Hattie looks. I'm the luckiest man in the world, and I want to thank you, Hattie, for all that you've done for me, for loving me as you have, for supporting me as you have, and for being my teammate in creating this wonderful life. I am beyond excited about the years ahead, and I know we'll smash it together. I don't know why I'm shaking so much. This is real flipping hard. I got a nervous tick. I'm not even that nervous. Yeah, I don't know how I've managed this, if I'm honest. I remember calling your nose stud stupid amongst my excuse me attempt of flirting, to asking one of your mates out on our first date with us because I was so nervous. How you put up and stuck with me deserves far more than a medal. So I'd just like to raise the first of many toasts to Hattie, my beautiful wife.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Ross and Hattie, a very warm welcome to the Pumping House. This is a very special occasion. Ross and Hattie have chosen today as their wedding day, a celebration of the commitment now and for their future together. The vows they will exchange will unite them as a married couple, with words that are a pledge of their love and a promise of lifelong dedication.
Promises, please, Sanjay.
Reset. Compose.
Ross, it has been 4,174 days since we began this journey of a lifetime together, and I can honestly say that I've thought about this very moment during every single one of them. However, standing here now, as we become husband and wife, is better than I could ever have imagined. Today, I promise to give you my word and my heart. I promise to support you, to be your loudest cheerleader, your most consistent teammate, and your greatest ally. I promise to give you and us my all, and I promise to be the person you can always count on. Watching you become the man you are today, the man who is compassionate, sweet, silly, and hilarious, all in equal measure, has been the greatest privilege of my life. I promise to continue to stand by you and to grow with you for the rest of time. I promise to do all I can each day to show you how loved you are. I promise to celebrate your successes, to comfort you in your losses, and to always have your back on the path to both. When things go wrong, I can't promise to always have the right answer, but I can promise to be by your side as we search for a solution together. You are my soulmate, my best friend, my partner and my equal. I promise to never lose sight of that. Finally, I simply promise to love you, Ross, forever and always.
Harriet Amelia Peterson D'Souza, I stand before you as the happiest man on the planet. From the moment we first met, you have been the most beautiful person, inside and out. You have been patient and caring, kind, honest, and above all, the most wonderful partner. And for that, I thank you. And I promise to dedicate every waking moment of the rest of our lives to bring you the same love and support as you have brought me. I'm beyond excited the months and years ahead. I'm filled with love and warmth, knowing that it will all be spent with you. And I promise too, that even though the challenge that may lie ahead, we'll face them hand in hand and be ever stronger for it. Throughout it all, Hattie, I promise never to walk ahead or behind, but only in step. I promise to be your trusted confidant and your biggest advocate. Hattie, I promise to be faithful, to care for you, and above all, fill your heart with joy. And as this chapter begins, I make one final vow, that with every sunrise, I promise to love you more than the one prior. Hattie, I love you, forever and always.
Ross and Hattie, this is the start of a new chapter in your lives together. We hope that the feeling of love that you have for each other will deepen and grow stronger throughout the years to come. You have declared your commitment in the presence of your family, friends and witnesses, and have made solemn and binding promises. You have symbolised your marriage by the joining of hands and the giving and receiving of 2 beautiful rings. It is with great pleasure I declare you are now legally joined together in marriage. Congratulations, you may kiss your bride.
So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Harry Smith, and I've known Ross not as long as Charlie, slightly less, but we met when we were about 5 or 6 years old in Kuala Lumpur growing up. We have been... Fuck. You make shit. This is a bad decision. We have been best friends ever since. And it's about 3 pages in, but I did put a disclaimer that I get quite emotional. I was with Ross when he met Hattie, or not when he met Hattie, but when they were smitten together.
So you didn't get an invite to the first day?
I wasn't the friend that got the invite. But I was there during the drama weekend course that Ross fell absolutely head over heels for this girl, Hattie. So yeah, we grew up together and we catch up now every couple of years across the globe, wherever we can. And while I haven't been able to be with you both the last 10 years, it doesn't take long for me to speak to Ross to hear the joy out of his voice about how their lives are going together. And that's really what it's about, because even though I haven't been here, to hear you both, how you're going, moving in together, buying a house, it's just so fantastic. So it's lovely to always hear how Ross's voice just changes when he speaks about you, Hattie. It's beautiful. To Ross and Hattie, you are the greatest friends that anyone could ask for. I hope you live a happy and joyous and just wonderful life together. And I hope that even though we live on a 36-hour plane ride away, that we can be involved in your life, because for us, you are our family, and I love you both. So, cheers.
So before I even start my speech, tonight has been very emotional listening to these speeches. First I find out that Ross's first date was a threesome. Then I find out Harry was gutted because he wasn't invited. And then Charlie says, I watched their relationship develop from a distance, and Ross is my role model. Honestly, it doesn't get better. That's before I've written this crap. Hattie was born 28 years ago, and she was the smallest, most beautiful thing you've ever seen. What happened? And of course she's grown into this beautiful girl that she is now. Hattie started speaking early and hasn't stopped since. Well, on top of that, she was also very, very opinionated, argumentative, feisty, loud and challenging, and generally insisted that everything was done her own way. Sound familiar? No, she has changed. She now sleeps through the night. Okay, I'm getting emotional, okay. Hattie?
You just roasted me for the entire time, and now you cry.
Hattie? I speak from the heart when I say it's not all about you. Thank you. Thank you. How many people have wanted to say that? Come on. This is your opportunity on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hattie, it's not all about you.
Unfortunately today it kind of is.
No, you're wrong. It's Ross's turn now. Every parent wants their child to find that someone special, handsome, is not essential, who will love your child and care for them and make them happy. Well, in life you don't always get what you want. So think of how lucky we've been with Ross. These two, I'm sure you'll agree, make a beautiful couple. They were meant for each other. And Ross officially has joined the family after 12 years. And it's been a pleasure watching you both grow up together. I'd like everybody now to raise their glasses. And I'd like to say to you, have a happy and fulfilling life together, Hattie and Ross. Cheers.
Our story has been intertwined with family since we got together at the age of 16. And we can't tell you how much it means for us to have them all here today. So firstly, to Ros and Steve, we are beyond grateful for all that you have done for us over the years, and of course for dropping everything to get here. There we go. To Harry and Dana, despite the carnage of this ever-changing pandemic, from the moment we got engaged, you have gone through brick walls to get here. We're under no illusions about how hard that would have been to organise this trip for just 5 days, but it is a measure of both your character and your friendship, and there's no one we'd rather have by our side or as one of my best men, Harry. And to my second best man, that's weird. Rewind! To my second best man and my brother, Charlie, I could have not asked. I've actually written here, which is really awkward. I could have asked for a better younger sibling. I could have not asked for a better younger sibling. I love you beyond belief, and behind those dulcet, monotonous tones, you have been an ever-present, okay, always full of advice and support. Thank you for everything and for today. Judith and Vern, it's been a wonderful journey to have shared over the last 12 years. We're a long way now from those pep talks with Miss Beck, the incredibly strong mojito on my first visit when I was definitely underage, and the awkward use of Miss for about the first 10 years. I think we finally got past that. But through it all, from the first minute, you've welcomed me into your daughter's life without judgment, which knowing me back then was incredibly hard. And I can safely say that it's been, it's a direct reason as to why Hattie and I are here today. Mum and Dad, I'm not quite sure you two realise the impact that you've had on my life and how much your relationship has taught and helped me. You've shown me what makes a successful partnership, the importance of teamwork, the importance of forgiveness, and probably, although definitely with Dad, the value of extreme patience. And yeah, I'm the man I am today in many ways because of what I've learned from you both. Your love and support has always been there, and although I don't always show it or say it, I love you both so much. To the woman of the day for whom this celebration of love is all about, Hattie, this wedding may have been 2 years in the making, but it's been a marriage 12 years in the making. Since day one, you've completed me, and every morning since, I have loved you more and more. I'm proud of you, I'm in awe of you, and I'm madly in love with you. This day has been incredible, and you deserve all the plaudits. You are amazing. And as a very famous line in a very famous film says, the greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. And from the moment we met, nothing could have been more true. Hattie, the best part of me has always been and always will be you. Forever and always, I love you. To Hattie!